Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to the Nitro Addiction. I finally made it back to our natural time. So, welcome all. Sorry it took so long to get back. I missed each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hi. Gearhead 360. Good thing you told me you changed your name, or I wouldn't have any idea it was Jay. What's up, brother? All aspects in the house. Yep, thank you, sir. Good to be back. Nitro Pimp was third. Welcome, welcome. Hey, look at all the goodness. Yeah, it's taking me a minute to collect. There's my baby doll. Hello, mama. TK Teen Racing. What's up, brother? Corey's in the house. What is up? Hell yeah. It's been a hell of an adventure over these last, 10, 11, 12 weeks, whatever it's been. Forgot to put the ranch away. Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good time. Nitro Pimp, congratulations on the growth of your channel. Awesome collection you got there, just like a freaking museum. Looks cool. Sorry I don't always get to pop in and say hi and everything. I've just been so damn busy. Haven't really done much of anything other than work and sleep. But let's see here. I think I've addressed everybody. Alright, so here, I'm trying to find a good angle here. Alright, like the title says, getting ready to race. So, just a block of foam, but it's a, what is it, a foam car stand. It's got shock holders, and you can even put like your diffs in here while you're filling them up. This is an easy, cheap, light stand to carry with me to the track. We got a set of Recons here still in the bag. I got a few different tires. I've also got the ones that are on here are the Detox. These are really good tires. But when I went to Vegas to visit JW, I had a blowout. Literally just come flying out. I had to go pick it up off the track. But it's like no matter what I do to glue these damn tires on, they always come loose. So I have a few different sets to try out on the new track layout that we got going down here at the compound. This next Sunday is the first race of the Winter Series. So I'm really excited. You know, I don't expect to be great or anything like that. I have been practicing a lot. Well, I was, so I started working all the overtime. I think I even impressed JW with my driving skills. He's a pretty good driver, but he had some car issues while I was up there, so we didn't get a chance to like have a good race. But I'll be back up there at some point. He's a good guy. Good old JW. Go check out his channel if you haven't. Let's see. I think Hybrid ran the Savage one. Yeah, I saw a short of it, and I just commented on it, and he commented back, and he said that YouTube needed me back, and I said, well, good, because I'm going live. So I don't know if he's gonna pop in or not. Gotta get people used to me being back on air. Yes, Jay, those are good tires. I've ran them quite a bit. This is probably my third or fourth pair, and they seem to hook up really well. They always, like the first set I had wore down really fast. These Aqua 2s, they seem to hold up a little bit better. But here in the near future for the racing, I do want to get some more of the TZO 202s. Those are pretty good tires to run on that track. But again, they just redid the track, and I saw a video on Facebook. Man, I'm excited. I can't wait to go run it. So it's going to be a little bit different than the hard packed, like concrete that we've been running on. Hopefully it's a little more grippy. Can't wait. What's going on, Katie? It's been a while. Thank you for coming back, hanging out. You're going to be back regular times? Yeah, I think for the most part. We may mix it up a little bit and surprise you here and there. Seems like every time I get on a schedule, everybody wants to schedule their shit at the same time. Which is fine. It just, you know, don't need to mix in too many channels at the same time. Then you gotta bounce back and forth and it gets confusing. Says, hey guys, it's me, Jay. Yeah, most people probably don't recognize you. But I don't know, it's been a while since I've really been doing much in people's lives. I've just been so busy. I can't ever even make it to Hybrid's lives because by the time I get off work, he's halfway through his show, and then I'm doing groceries and dinner, so yeah, I haven't been able to make his very much lately either. Good to see you streaming, always a great time. Oh, thank you, appreciate it. I'm trying to get back at it. I just did like, 10 or 12 straight weeks of 6 12s and a 10, and I had 2 Sundays off and 1 3-day weekend, and the rest of the time I've just been working. So we're finally, for the most part, done with the project I was working on. I'm gonna stay on the same project, just another project within the project. So not going anywhere, but there was like a big push to get this done, so kind of a pain in the butt, but we made it. And I mean, in the near future, if I'm, it's one of my scheduled nights and I'm not on, it might be because I have to work another 12-hour shift, but should be done with them. Especially Sundays. I'm gonna tell them I can't work Sundays because I got racing to do. What's up, Rinks? What's up, Nerd? How you doing there, King Nerd? Jay's been out for a while as well. Yeah, it sucks. By the time I get off work, if I were to try and do a live, everybody'd be in bed anyways. But anyways, so let's get back to some of the goodies we got for the racing. Now, in the end, this is going to be a pretty expensive buggy, and I'll explain some of the reasons that I've made the choices that I've made. But you all should be familiar with this, the ProTech 170 SBL. Now the S is for the speed. So this is the speed servo that we're going to put in the steering. These are really nice servos, really expensive too, but I burnt out a couple of Savoxes. Burnt out those cheaper ones that Jay recommended to me. I haven't had any luck with servos, and it's pretty hot out there, so I figured I'd go with a little more pricey, see if it had any better luck with it. But so for racing, you got to have one of these. Finally picked me up a RC4 transponder. That's how they track your time around the tracks. So I only got this week to get this thing ready for Sunday, but we're gonna redo the diffs, put some new gaskets on it. We're gonna put some new O-rings in where the shafts go. We've got some new shock boots. Some of the stuff I've been sitting on for a minute, and then some of it I just picked up recently. So I noticed when I was rebuilding the shocks a while back, these were getting kind of like wallered out, like oval shaped. So I figured I'd replace those, replace all the O-rings. Even got me a ProTech, what do they call it, a True Torque shock shaft pliers. And it's got a tire punch in it, so now I have 2 punches for my tires. And $30. So I had the engine during one of my last lives, the new Adam Drake 3. So I'll show you the box. Tune silencer TB03. This is what came in it. Got the TB03. So it came with, oh, didn't come with the 7.5. It come with the 8.5. So I can run either truggy or buggy. You use this here bigger one for the torque for the truggy, or you run the 7.5 for the buggy. So I had to get it with the 8.5 because they didn't have the combo with the 7.5. So now I have both. I have all kinds of options. So, and then of course, as you guys remember, and if not, here it is, Adam Drake Edition 3. Now I have not had a chance to break this in, and I won't have a chance before the race. So the first race I'm going to use the block, and then the following weekend I'm going to finish the break-in of the Drake. So I did get the oil bath on it, but it still needs like I think it said 4 tanks. And I'm going to do some heat cycles on it. But anyways, so yeah, it's very pricey to race, but you know, we're going to go out and have some fun, and you know, maybe we can get out of last place. That's what I'm hoping for. I'll probably start out in the novice class and just kind of go from there. Molds RC, what's up, brother? Welcome back. Hugh, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? Let's see. Grandma's in the house. What is up? We missed you too, Grandma. Love the ProTech stuff. Yeah, I really like the ProTech stuff. I mean, it's pricey, but it's always good quality. You know, whether you're talking about that or, you know, I think me having bad luck with the cheaper servos, I might have misunderstood and thought that they were the high voltage, and I was probably running too many volts through them. I don't know, but hopefully we don't have any issues with this. One thing I think is pretty neat, I've never had a servo that you can plug the wires into. But this is what all the fancy racers are using. So I know it's not gonna make me a winner, but but damn it, it's gonna make us feel good. No, it's just like I said, I've had a couple of them burn out, and so I don't want it to happen in the middle of a race. Who have I missed? He says I got some new to me toys. Hell yeah, Molds. Thank you, Hugh. Everybody listen to Hugh. Oh, Grandma's back. Welcome to Full Nitro Addiction. Thank you for becoming a channel member again. Jay says he likes the shorter one. Yeah, so, you know, the shorter one, the 7.5, is more for higher RPM, so a little bit more speed. So that'll be for my buggy, and the other one will be for the truggy. I can use that engine in either or I can even, what I'm thinking about doing is putting the Drake in here and then putting the block in the truggy and using the 8.5 with that. Because I have the same header on that, the 7.5, with the Samurai pipe. So, good times, good times. Big thing I was told, if it's hot, you need to use the shorter ones to keep it off the chassis plate for the throttle. Oh, are you talking about the servo? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's any getting away from it out here in the desert. But yeah, I mean, you may have a good point. Forgot Lotus said you were going live today. Lotus said I was going live? Hell yeah. Lotus spreading the good word. I don't know if you see my channel Lee, kind of big change. I've caught little bits here and there, brother. Like I said, but I've been so busy. I haven't been on. I haven't been on too many RC channels lately. You know, when you're working as much as me and I can't get out there and play, watching other channels and people's stuff makes me want to go play. So I just kind of avoid when I can't. I know that didn't help out my friends, but just kind of the way that it is. Wish I had with the servos with the plugs, and sometimes they take too much room and the wires don't fit where you want them to. But we're gonna make it fit. There's a lot of room in there. Like there's the stand where the servo sits. It's two legs that that sit like this, and the wire goes right between them. So we should be all right. I think this here's probably the last piece that I hadn't shown. So I didn't necessarily need a new fuel tank, but I needed a new handle. So I just went ahead and got it. It's a Q bag out of the kit. But there's that. I got a couple more things coming as well. I don't know if they'll be here before. I mean, they'll be here before the race this weekend, but I don't know if they'll be here before the end of the week. So we'll show you next week whenever they come in. This is what I should say. Add on. What did you add on, brother? Trimming out a new body for the B7. Nice. Video coming tomorrow, says Molds. Hell yeah, I'll be looking forward to it. Yeah, Gearhead, I figured that's what you were saying. Man, I'm gonna start calling you out by the damn name that I see. But my mind tells me that I should call you Jay. Yeah, I don't know, for being out on the track and as much abuse as I put these cars through, because I crash all the time, I figured this hard aluminum case and the high quality of this expensive ass servo. If you guys don't know, look it up. kind of sad to say I actually spent that much money on it, but I want to have a serious rig, so I can actually go out and have some fun. I mean, how I go all the way up there to hang out with JW, and the Protect clutch that I had in there was too close to the bottom, so every time I would hit the ground, it would kill it. So I swapped that out, and then my servo goes out, so he had one that he loaned me, and right at the end, we was going to do some filming. Next thing you know, this thing comes flying off, and like literally just blew the bead right off the tire. And I mean, I cleaned it up real good. I scrubbed it. I used alcohol. One thing I didn't do was use sandpaper on it, but anyways. But yeah, had a blast up there. Man, YouTube is playing games. It's not showing me channel notifications. I'm having to search. Yeah, YouTube, they're acting kind of funny. It was told me by a pro. Oh, on the shorter ones. Yeah, you can also put like some spacers in there to raise it up off the chassis. But I mean, hell, they're so close to the engine, and with the heat out here, I don't know. I don't know of a short servo that it would be good for racing, that would have the amount of power, that these have. I don't know. I like the good servos. Hopefully, this being a more expensive one, with the design of it, it's got the little heat fins, so like those notches are cut into it. Maybe it'll dissipate the heat a little bit better. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, just like cooling fins. Yes, probably the nicest servo I've ever gotten. So, two other things I got coming. One is basically this one's big brother. It's the TVL. So for torque, use that on the throttle. And then just to help out my pit guy, I got the squeeze gun where you squeeze the handle and it drops the fuel in. So we're not getting too serious, but we're getting a little serious. Just trying to make sure we got what we need. Are you back Monday through Wednesday? I'm gonna try, as long as they don't make me work them stupid 12s for any reason. Which the job that I was doing, we're caught up on it. So I'm gonna try to be. Just have to get back into the groove. What does that servo cost? You really want me to say it? What number is that servo? It's the 170 SBL. With tax, you're looking at about $170 for that. Very pricey. No idea about heat. I live in the cold. Yeah, and my blood's so thin from being out here in the heat, I probably couldn't handle the cold right now. Travis in the house. What's up, brother? Hey, what's going on, my friend? How you guys doing? I thought you were done. No. Raw's in the house. What's up, brother? Long time no see, my friend. Now it's good to be back. I just did like since July 10th, I've only had 4 days off. It was one Sunday and then Labor Day weekend. I had that 3-day weekend when I went to Vegas. Other than that, I've been doing 12s and a couple of 10s. Anyone use VTEC servos? I'm ashamed, but press to purchase on Evil Bay. 4 for $60. Couldn't find a better deal. Hell yeah. I had the ProTech 575 high torque and my B7 for steering. Even for a torque servo, it's wicked fast. I haven't turned way down. Nice. Yes, sir, Raw. Wednesdays we're going to have to hook up and have some beers. That'd be a blast. $120 for the 10 scale. Yeah, their ProTech's pricey. But you know, the way all the racers, even the people at the track that I'm at, people at the hobby stores, YouTube, doesn't matter. Everybody talks highly on those ProTechs. So, and I've always said it from the beginning. It's at Nitro Talk with Todd said it best. Spend your money on your electronics. I went the opposite of what he said about the engines, and I spent some money on the engine as well. But, spend your money on the electronics. It's kind of like an insurance for your investment. If you got shitty electronics and it just, your throttle locks up and takes off on you, you've just destroyed everything else. So, good electronics is a really good investment in my opinion. I have the servo version under that one. I didn't know any better for RTR. You what? I have the servo version under that one. Under which one? Under this one, Travis? Because I know there's a few different models. I don't know much about all of them. I have to say it's not the same when you weren't around. Awesome, man. Oh, damn. Somebody hooked the Nitro Addiction up. I haven't scrolled down far enough to see who that is, but thank you. Awesome on the pocket, bad on the body. Oh, yeah, right? Raw, you're my brother right there. Hell yeah. Everybody say thank you to Raw. Go check out his high-flying savages. He feeds them Red Bull. That's what you should do, is put red fuel in the tank and then just tell everybody it's Red Bull, because they fly. Thank you, my friend. I do appreciate it. You're an awesome, awesome friend. My days are messed up for weeks. Oops, I bought crap electronics. And it's all about preference. If you're just out tinkering around, there's nothing really wrong with it. But if you got a high-dollar car, in my opinion, anyways, spend your money on the electronics. Make sure it doesn't, you don't have that runaway. But man, I've done that cheap route on the servos, and I've burnt out just about every one of them. They're good for bashing around and just running them down the street, but it seems like when you put them on a track and they're doing a lot of hard crashing or just hard smacking, or maybe I just run them too hard and get too hot, I don't know. But I seem to have issues with them. Grandma says, Mr. John, now I have 2 nitro trucks. Oh yeah? Thank you, Raw. I sure will have a couple of beers on you, bro. Hell yeah. Let me get back on the trade wagon. Yes, sir. I'm still eyeing that MBX7. I had to scroll back up, Travis. I just saw where you said yes. I couldn't remember the question. There's 150. Yeah, I mean there's nothing wrong with spending a good chunk of money on a good servo. It keeps your investment protected, I guess you could say. But yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. And like I said, I've been watching a lot of Adam Drake, and no, I don't just do everything that he says because he says it or whatever, but this is the servo that a lot of them are running on the tracks, so I decided to go with it. And thank you, Adam Drake, for giving me good advice on that. Just in case you guys are wondering on the specs. So we'll be running it on LiPo, up to 140. Hope it don't get that hot. Don't know what the frequency means. So on 7.4, it runs at 0.08. That's pretty fast. Torque, 440 ounces or 31 kilograms. Dynamic peak torque, 535 ounces or 35 kilograms. Oh, excuse me. So, but yeah, kind of went all out with this. So yeah, in the end, not this first weekend, but the second race, which is in another 2 weeks, I'll have the new engine in. Basically, everything electronic will be new. I even got, where's it at? I think it's in my toolbox, but I even got a new receiver. I got these here. Can't wait to put these on. They're just wheel nuts, but I think they look pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna have a nice racing buggy. One from Lotus. Hell yeah, that's awesome, Lotus. Yeah, well, I bought crap electronics too, but mine was for the full size LS3. Yeah, they will bite you. Electronics are tricky. Like, you can waste money on gimmicks, or you can get ripped off for not necessarily ripped off, like buy them cheap and they're not high quality enough. It's what am I trying to say? Like it's kind of one of those balancing acts where you don't want to just spend a buttload of money on something just because, but you don't want to go cheap on it just because. Probably doesn't make any sense. But anyways, good, Grandma. Happy with her trucks. He says it's still here, buddy. Hell yeah. Can't wait. Still got to figure out what it is I'm going to trade you for, but I'm excited. It was worth every penny. Yes, sir, Travis. As long as that you're having fun with it, it doesn't really matter what you spend. It's going to be worth it. For me, because I killed $100 Savak servo. I've only had it for a year. It's like, all right, I'll spend another $70 and see if this one lasts any longer. Have my Techno with Amazon service decent, but my buddy has a good one. You definitely tell the difference. Yeah, exactly. That some of them are like really smooth, the response time, the adjustability with them, and then of course the fact that they last. Now you're gonna have to get used to comments. Yeah, right. Go with what wins. Well, I'm trying to, but then it comes down to driver and. Hopefully we can do some winning. Yo, 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 what's up, Bob? Cool wheel nuts. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Hell yeah. Good to see you again, Bob. Just see that Amen has the new Hongnor Nitro bug. Ooh. Have to check that out. You know the old saying, buy it cheap, buy it twice, buy it good, buy it once. Yep. Ross says, no way. No way on what? What was it I said? Yep, that's right, pimp. Hongnor is Hobeo. And, aren't they the ones that took over, not jamming, but like Afna? Or are they two different deals? Rebashing steering precision isn't what I seek, so cheap should be alright, but throttle servo has to be. Yeah, exactly. I have some old high-end JR servos in my low C8, which feel really nice. Yeah, and I've had some of those old JR servos, and it seems like they're nice for a while, but I've had a couple of those go out as well. And yes, I do set my endpoints, so it's not that. Usually by the time somebody's ready to sell you their old used stuff, they've already played all the good out of it. You say, what's up, Hayseed? Is that Haywire's new nickname? Just getting crazy here with the protests. Oh, yeah? I don't know Hongnor. Oh, you didn't know Hongnor was Hobeo? Yeah, Hongnor was like I think they're the ones that took over, damn it, I just said it, Afna. When you go to the track, the Alicia hardware gives you problems better. Yep, the day's hectic enough without parts issues. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Pimp, Hobeo's a damn good brand. Oh, thanks, Q. I missed you guys too. It's always fun doing these, whether we get work done or we just sit here and BS, whatever the case is. Which here pretty soon I'm gonna clear off the table and we're gonna start on the shocks. I'm gonna start rebuilding those because I got to get this done for Sunday. But yeah, that's awesome, man. I miss being here. I missed you guys as well. It's kind of like my family outside of my family. So you decided to keep the game over the Fiscal gas. Oh, your ProTech has the exact same specs, or 140 or raw 500. Has the same specs as the 140 raw. I don't know what the raw 500 is. I mean, I'm sure that $30 went into the ProTech name. Oh, thank you, Hugh. Hit that like button, people. It was always for one of my giant rock bands. Sad when you said you were switching it to electric. Oh, you're talking to Pimps. I didn't want to switch anything to electric. Exactly, Hugh. The camaraderie. Mr. Nitro John, I did 3 videos. Whenever you have a chance, if you can, check them out. And everyone else. Yes, I will. You sporting the trucks on there? Finger rings don't cut. While in chat, right? He'd be like, hey guys, what's up? Ah, squirt, squirt. Known in rinks, he would be squirting it out. The Addiction family, or I should say, spelling out the squirt. Yeah, I put that knife away. But check out the No Truggy. Raw is reefs, refunds, AGF. Ah, okay. Makes 80% of the aftermarket service. Nice. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about AGFRC and reefs, but I've never heard of Raw. I've heard of like Raw tires, Raw bodies, a couple different Raw items, but didn't know they made or that there was a servo with that name as well. Not bought anything for a while. Yeah, I haven't really been able to do much with my stuff, but I've bought a few things. Oop. Kicked the camera. Yeah, I mean, I got some extra clutches. This has a brand new Techno clutch in it with the shoes. A brand new clutch bell. Oh, another thing, I broke the wire that holds the exhaust. And one of the guys up there at the track had a piece of, what did he call it? Spring steel? Like, like really, it's hard to break it. I think that's what he called it, was spring steel. So hopefully I don't break it again. The exhaust is just sitting there flopping in the wind. Time I get in here, y'all make me want to go run at night knowing I have to work the next day. That's funny shit. Like the high-end Savox, never had a problem. You know, that's what I've bought for years. I always get the ones that are right around $100. I've gotten a bunch of them, but man, I had one go out at the damn track. The steering just quit on it, and yeah, so I decided to go with the ProTech, but blades are bad. I had an awl go through my hand to work. Oh, that sucks. It's like a really long needle that gets thick. Yeah, right? For pulling seals. Yeah, like a scratch awl. What's up, brother? Finally made you live. Hell yeah, Joey. Thanks for joining in, brother. I've been busy too, man. I haven't done a live for a while. Like last Sunday, I was thinking about it, but I had to work at 12. Or, let's see. This Sunday, I worked 13. And the Sunday before, I worked 13, something like that. I've even had some 14-hour days in there. Raw 500 is their best of the 10 scale. Ah, okay. What tires are those? So the ones that are on here are the Detox, J Concepts Detox. The ones that I don't have mounted are the Recons. They're directional. I also got a set of let's see, these here are the Reflex. I was running these up there in Vegas. I mean, they're pretty good. I wasn't really having any issues with them. I just didn't want to wear them down all the way. So I switched them out. You guys and ladies, hope all is well. Yes, sir. Hope all is well with you and your family too, bro. Ooh, Pimp says he's got his muggy. Yeah, they're noisy. I heard somebody say it best one time. They're noisy because they're moving back and forth. They're working. And when they're noisy, you know they're working. It was kind of funny the way that they'd said it. But I've never really looked at these or heard them running. I don't know if those ProTechs are noisy or not. We'll say the Techno clutch is the best, but I would say the Reg clutch is up there. Yeah, the Reg clutch is pretty good. So it's like with the Reds, they got two different sizes. They got a 32 mil and a 34 mil, and that 32 mil works for like the Mugen, and there was another brand. Which one was it? Offna or what was it? There was another one that ran off the 32 mil. But then most of the other ones are 34 mil, so you gotta make sure you got the right one. And get another Nitro birthday's coming up. Yeah, this is what I got for my birthday a few weeks back. It's gonna go in here for the racing, but I don't have time to break it in before this Sunday. How's the Mugen doing? It's doing good. It's just sitting there. It's waiting on some new servos as well. But one thing I did get for the Mugen, yeah, so I ordered these kit bag L1, and these are for the Mugen MBX 8R, but it's a full kit. So I'll build these and put these on it, and then use the other ones as like spare parts. Because the other ones, like somebody had put different caps. So if I can get this so you can see it. Yeah, like somebody put different caps on it, and the screw was like a little grub screw and had a weird size to it. I couldn't get it out. And then to get the caps, it was like $40, and I paid like $100, right around $100 for this. I don't remember exactly, but it's a full set. So Mugen's gonna have some new shocks on it. I missed RC or LS3 in months. Damn, dog costs $1,000 to save, emergency surgery. Damn. Was that the big one, the one you were calling Fat Girl? And I remember she was sick at one point. What was wrong with her? Yeah, and I seen the video where your car got stolen. I like those tires too, brother. Chuggy tires are pricey. Yeah, no, man, it's like $90 for a set. That's cheap. Any cheaper, decent brand you use? I mean, back in the day, I used AKA, and I have not bought any new Truggy tires for this. Somebody was saying in one of their videos, what was that? They were naming off a brand that was a little cheaper. Damn, I can't remember it. But no, I mean, Truggy tires are expensive. The Recons are cool because you can run the two ways. It's like having two different tires. Oh, you mean turning them the wrong way? Often guy, what's up? Been good reading chat and catching up on everyone. What's up, everybody? How you doing, brother? Thanks for joining in. I'm so busy with restoring my golf cart. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I seen something pop up on Facebook, but all this stuff pops up while I'm at work, and I don't have time to look at it. And then later on, I can't find it. John Bishop, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? Welcome back. Finally got your pool started? Hell yeah. That's awesome. I think the RC10 GT, found a couple good ones on eBay. My childhood car, I miss racing. We did in those cars, good memories. Yeah, see, I wasn't like a racer back then. I wasn't really even into RCs that much like as a kid. And then I always thought they were kind of neat, but I'm always attracted to the four-wheel drive buggies and truggies or monster trucks. Like those two-wheel drive, I've had a couple different things, and I don't know. I've never had as much fun with them as I do with the four-wheel drive. But they are really cool cars. I wouldn't mind getting one. The white pit mix that always at the shop with it. Yeah, shop dog. Yeah, what was wrong with her? She seemed like a pretty good girl. GRP tires are cheap but good. Yeah, I like GRP street tires. I've never tried their off-road tires. I don't know what all options they have, but their street tires are really good. Make a paint scheme, NITRO Addiction. Well, thank you. I didn't actually paint this one. The guy that I got this from, he painted it, or somebody did. I've got a couple different bodies. Here, I'll show you my favorite. At least for buggies, that is probably one of my favorites that I've done. Some of the other ones I've been trying to do recently, I didn't really like the way they turned out. And this is for a Mugen, not a Techno, but yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. But no, this one here, it's decent. Race bogey burns hole in your pockets. Yes, big holes. Probably around 1300 now into the RC2. Dude, you don't even want to know what the hell I'm in with this one. I mean, the engine was 5, the pipe was another 150. This is 170. These are 100. I mean, you know, all the tires I put into it, like, yes, very pricey. But, I mean, you know, you got to pay to play, you know. The more fun you have, the more it costs. Been here, my brother reading and eating. Awesome. I figured you was here somewhere. And I lost. Dang, gain them back. Much appreciated. What was got by? Oh, your uncle got you into it? First it was planes. First time he plugged it in, he lost it down. I recommend we stay on the ground. She had a bad intestinal infection. Aw. And those balls on her legs we thought was cancer, but wasn't. Well, that's good. Oh, yeah. Baskin Robbins. It tastes like ice cream. Thanks, Joey. Appreciate it. Should I like better the muggy or the maniac? At least 15. Yeah, I bet. Well, I paid $425 for that, which that came with some titanium parts. I don't know if I showed you guys those. Let me dig them out. Well, I'm trying to dig them out. I've got them here somewhere. But it's like the shock towers and this wing holder. They came with this buggy. So I don't even know what the guy paid for them. I was afraid to ask because I figured he's going to raise the price if he told me. There we go. And he had them all labeled out. It even come with these. This is all titanium. So those parts, can't really see it, but it's right down inside of here where the turnbuckle connects to the wheel thing. I can't think of what it is. There's a name for it. So on this here would be the steering rack, or I think there's another name for that as well. There's the wing mount. They're pretty light. But I guess he was worried about this newer style. One of the first things that they talked about when these came out was the possibility of these bending. So people were making these titanium ones. But I haven't had an issue with it bending yet, and I've crashed it pretty good, so. The one problem that I keep having, or I've had a couple times with it anyways, with the buggy itself, there's two things. One is if you don't put enough spacers under the piston and the shock, it lets the tire come down too far, or the arms, the droop, and then when that happens, the dog bone pops out. And then other than that, a lot of these screws like to just come loose no matter how much Loctite you put on them. But yeah, on these lock nuts here, I put Loctite on there because they came apart or, come loose on me a few different times. But other than that, things don't really break on it. They just come loose. Titanium carbon cheap. Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't know what he said he paid for them, but I'm sure it wasn't cheap. 41 subs from one video. People put politics with the religion. That doesn't work. Rather they go, but as long as I'm about 1K, I'm monetized. Yeah, that's why I don't do politics on here. People are sensitive both ways, and I mean I'm guilty of it too. I have my thoughts and views, but yeah, we'll stay away from it. It's toxic times right now. Jason, what's up, brother? How you doing, my friend? Welcome back. They'll always go up and down, doing away. I feel like I'm never gonna get started on these damn shocks. Yeah, how is Kim doing? Haven't heard from Kim in a while. Didn't speak politics, but spoke about the death, and they didn't like it. Monkey Man, super cool rides. I like everyone to have. The Maniac was a ride too. I mean, I know of the content creator Muggy Maniac, but I didn't know that. Oh, I guess it's that one truck. What is it? The Schumacher. Is that the Maniac you're talking about? The Donald guy was all high end, or at least quality. I don't know what that means. Go back to the watch later. Some of the new plastics are stronger and flexible than aluminum. This is true. I've never seen too many shock towers that were plastic that made it. You need some good strong aluminum or titanium on the shock towers. Plastic, you get flex is good, but you get too much flex in certain areas and it binds up other things. Lotus, what's up, my brother? How you doing? It's on radio and running. Not working on anything at the moment. Did some digging into my trophy truck as clutches engaging idle, which it hasn't done before. Either it's got weak springs or the spring broke. Is my thought. Could be wrong. So off on road body was sweet too. Have one. Nice. Load it up. Big Boys Tours, what's up, my brother? Long time no see, welcome back. I'm the one that was out, but welcome back anyways. Tarek Curry, what's going on, brother? How are you doing? Thanks for joining in. Finally made it back after working all them stupid hours. I'm doing good, brother. How about yourself? I mean, all them hours is cool, you know, get a little money to burn, but no time to burn it, so it's kind of a catch-22. Jason says, I'm right here with Jason watching. Hello, all. I know it's Kim. Thanks for hanging out. Joel's in the house. What's up? How you doing, Joel? Let's see. I'm trying to get all the way down here to the bottom of the comments, make it feel like I did enough speaking to you guys before we jump into this. Swish that like button, much appreciated by the addiction. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Titanium is awesome, but expensive. Long hot day. It's actually starting to cool down here. You know, you walk out in the morning, you're like, ooh, that air's kind of chilly. And then you look at the temperature and it says 82 degrees. And you're like, that's weird. Usually 82 degrees is not a good thing. I forgot he lives in an oven. Yep. That's awesome, Terry. Glad you're doing good. KM Adventures, what's up? Where have you been hiding? At work? This is my first weekday doing a 10-hour day instead of a 12. And then hopefully I don't have to work Sunday. Well, I won't work Sunday because I'm going to the track. I got a race. Long time no see, my friend. Spend some of that money on Baja gears. I know, man. I almost did, but I mean, then I needed this. I needed that. I had to get that. I had to get some more diff fluid. I'm knocking all my shock walls over. I need tires. I need to get some more fuel. Man, this shit's expensive. Okay, 650. This here was another 50, so $700 just in that. I mean, that is ridiculous. Just in that little stack right there. Not cool. But you know what they say, gotta pay to play. Senate, North Carolina. Makes no sense, but not complaining. Exactly. We won't complain. Yeah, I think it hit like 100, 102 here today, which is a nice break after being up in the 110, 115. Fitting a .18 and a 2-speed to the Mugen Seiki MSX3. Hell yeah. 92 tomorrow. Man, that's a cold front here. Second summer over here. We need 2 months vacation just to race and bash. Oh, I know, man. The only thing that sucks is I make a lot less money on vacation. I hate taking vacation. I'm doing a long weekend for the end of October, what do they call it? Oktoberfest down here at the track. It's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. Supposedly all the big racers are coming in, so I'm gonna lose money, but I'll still get vacation pay for those days. But yeah, I lose money when I take vacation. Just sell the Baja. Hell no! I give you $20. You get nothing. I'll take your $20. You can see that little donation thing that Raw hit up. All you gotta do is put it there. Trade you the Jado back. Nope. Traded it to you for a reason. Is there any more brand new Mannix? $700 of quality over $700 of quantity. Yep. Exactly. We were cold in the morning and the night, but warm during the day. Just how I like it. Yeah, I miss being further up north in the coolness, but it's really not bad down here. It's kind of nice heading into spring here in Perth, Western Australia. Yeah, it's the next weekend starts the winter series for down here in Phoenix, but Not really much of a winner. What we smoking today? I know you're talking to Bob, but we ain't smoking nothing. All right, I got through all the comments. So one thing I do want to get started on is changing out the shock oil. All right, clear some of this stuff out of the way. I'm actually gonna try that out. That's what I got it for, was for my shocks. J-Dub's in the house, what's up? So brother, how are you? Back on your regular schedule now? I hope so. I'm sure they'll be pushing for something else to be done in a hurry, but for right now, we're on our regular schedule, and I'm gonna try and get back to the regular program. Got a race coming up this weekend, so I gotta get ready. So these diff parts, we'll do these maybe tomorrow. Hello Mars, what's up? It's just good to hear your voice again. You know, when I hear my voice on recordings, I don't really like it, but I'm glad you guys enjoy. When I hear race, I get the chills. Hey, you know, it makes me nervous because I hate losing. I always get nervous before any kind of competition, but we're just gonna go do our best. And I can't wait to show you guys the new track layout, man. It looks so cool. I can't wait to get out there and try it out. I was hoping he'd let us go out there on Saturday and do some practicing, but I don't think he's going to let us on until Sunday for the race. If you come back, you won't be able to catch me. Maybe. Hey, you got to admit, though, I'm a lot better than what you thought. I know some of the people in here think I'm not very good at the track because that's what they saw. But I had to put the camera down and actually do some practicing and some concentration. Yeah, right, Haywire? When I first started recording and I would do videos and I'd hear myself and I'm like, oh, that sucks. And I'd redo it and not put my voice on it, do music or just the noise of the engine or whatever. Hated it. But I've gotten used to it, being on these lives, and I don't know. I mean, I guess if I'm not scaring you guys away, it's not too bad, but it's always weird hearing yourself on camera. Probably the fastest rated. Did you say you want to Trade a Rampage XP for the Baja. Ugh. I've always kind of liked the Rampage, but I don't know that I'd want to trade for a Red Cat. Issue where you were really good. I wouldn't go that far, but you still won't catch me. I'll make sure I'm in good shape. I was decent. Not bad for first time on the track, but had a couple of corners and they were kind of deceiving and there was a jump that you had to slow down for. You just way overshoot it. So, you just had to learn the layout and then from there it was golden. Downsized Jim on Rampage XP wheels are impossible to find and it kills them. Huh. That sucks when you can't put other aftermarket shit on there. First time I heard myself, I was like, dandruff? I sound like a hick. Yeah, Jay was out there, OJW was out there in the heat for a while before I even got there, and they hit him pretty hard. But also he was having issues with his motor, so it was, I don't know if it was cogging or what it was doing, but whoop that ball. Never mind, can't. I doubt very seriously it would whoop that Baja. Nobody created another problem. A good one. Minimum weight for two. You got to add something to it. I have a young man's voice. Tribute a woman and you sound like a man. That's bad. No, Grandma doesn't sound like a man. You have a thick accent. That is. That finger autocorrect. Right? I hate autocorrect. I think I killed the motor, I took it apart and then lubed the bearings, but haven't tried it since. But yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the electrics. I just know every time I've gotten an electric, I've killed it. One reason or another. Yeah, so all that is just a foam block. So you can use it as a car stand. But my purpose for it right now is going to be to hold the shocks. Oh, I'm going to get my tools. Oh, you got that Reds motor, huh? Nice. Girl says I'm a New Yorker. A Chrysler New Yorker. I'll put that motor back in the buggy and see if it works. You should try it. Never hurt to try. Yes, I got a lot to do to get this ready. Let me make sure the ride height's set. The shock fluid should be good, but I gotta dump it out and rebuild. Hate using the wrong tool on these things, but I don't have a wrench that'll fit that. Yeah, so I've got Loctite on here, but I don't know if you guys can see it, but it just spins. So a little trick that I used on these shock screws, because they keep coming out. I put a little dab of super glue on it, and have held up for a couple of runs at the track, and then they break loose pretty easy when you want to take them out. Come on, get out of there. Except it doesn't want to come all the way out. Yeah, I think this one looks pretty cool with the color scheme. JW, I know you weren't on here earlier. Did you see the new servo that I got? And again, thank you for letting me borrow that servo. You take Loctite and fill up the threads of the screw to tighten up pitch on the threads. Right? And I've tried that, and it didn't work as good as the super glue. So I kind of went all out. I got that little bad boy right there. The TBL for the throttle should be here Wednesday, I think. Go. I hate how these things are always coming loose. It's like it doesn't matter how much Loctite you put on them, they're gonna come loose. I wish that Techno would go back to the stud that goes all the way through instead of this. This and this. Not my favorite setup. Nice. I'm gonna put Nitro Pro in my Nitro car. Nice. He didn't use enough. You're probably right, man. Don't tell everybody that. Wish I had a proper wrench for this, but I don't. Hopefully they don't come loose. Use red, it will never come off. I don't want to go that far. Lotus always trying to get me in trouble. Go ahead, it'll be fine. No. I think my long-term goal is I'm gonna get a new piston and sleeve for this, which this one's still good, but I just want that backup. But I'm gonna put it in the truggy and then run the Adam Drake in here. Yeah. Says, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. I'm gonna try and put the FKN Epic ones that are 100% guaranteed. I don't know if I've ever heard those. FKN Epic, is that what they're called? Imagine naming your product effing Epic. I don't know how many of you guys watched that the race yesterday or over the weekend from Drake's track, but my buddy Peyton that pops up in here met him out at the Nitro compound, but he was there. I didn't see what place he got. Looked like he was in like the top 10-ish, but it was really cool seeing him race. He was doing the truggy, but that's a nice track up there, and I like the way they have the gates, and everybody starts behind the gates in like 3 or 4 different platforms, and then when the tone goes, the gates drop and everybody just hauls ass as opposed to starting in a line. I think it's pretty neat the way they set it up. That's the part number, effing Epic. It better be epic, right? Nitro Pimp was here. I could watch a little bit of motocross, but I get bored with it. Alright. I need to go clean these off real quick. I'm just going to hit them with some soapy water and a brush. It won't be too long. Guess I should just take you guys over there with me. Look at there, empty sink. Trying to think of something to say while I'm doing this to keep you guys occupied, but it gets most of the crap out. Yeah, my goal for this next weekend is just to get used to the track and not crash. Like, I want to try and make clean runs going around it and then try to speed up. But now that I have the transponder, and it's going to tell me how fast or slow my laps are, you know, I'll know what I'm fighting against, you know. And I remember back in the day playing one of the race games. Was it not Grand Theft Auto, Gran Turismo, and they had those practice courses, and they had a little shadow that was running there with you, and it was like your best time, and then you had to keep trying to beat it to get better. That's kind of how I see the transponders, but it's going to tell you what your time is, and you're going to know from lap to lap what you're doing to make yourself, you know, it's like I didn't crash here last time, now my time's going to be slower. You know what I mean? So it's, to me, it's kind of a way to make yourself faster, knowing what your time was and always trying to beat it. When you're out there running, you don't know what your time is. You don't know if you're getting any better or not, other than the fact that, you know, you can stay on the track and not crash. But it's going to be fun. But so my goal is to have fun, stay on the track, and try to get out of last place. But mainly I want to learn the track. I guess it's a fair advantage across the board. Like, nobody has run it yet, other than there's a couple people there that were helping work on it, and then they posted a little video. But it's a really neat layout. I can't wait to run it. Probably not going to do a live, but I will do some recording. So give you guys a little bit of footage of it anyways. We'll throw out some surprise memberships. Oh, damn, that's crazy. I think Big Boy's just looks like he just got one, and then I gifted out 5 of them. Well, sorry you didn't end up getting the gift there, Big Boys, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. Much love, Lotus. 14 months going strong. Jay Crespo, Rocky Perry Jr., Madison Hutchins, and Godlike, and Jason. Well, congrats on the membership, everybody. There's 5 more. Man, I never get one. I'm sorry, brother. And Cindy, maybe you'll get one of these. John Smith, White Boy. Some of these people get them month after month. JW got one. Look at you, Juka. Rinks. Hell, after all this time, I think that's, what, the second one you've gotten? Yeah, thank you very much, Big Boys Toys. We appreciate it, brother. You're welcome, John Smith. Thanks for hanging out with us. Oh, shit. That was a mistake giving it to Reigns. I'm never going to hear the end of this. Yep. You guys are all welcome. Congrats. And once again, thank you, Big Boys. All right, let's see where we're at here. Try and get this set up where we can all see. Problem is, every time I move my chair, I kick the damn camera. My wifey says hi. Well, tell her I said hello, brother. It was Andrea, right? I'm horrible with names, so if I messed it up, I do apologize. But it was, so just so you guys know, JW and his wife, they had me over for dinner. Sat around and played with their dogs. We had a good old time for a few hours on, it was on Sunday night when I was there last weekend. So great hospitality, great people. Go check out JW's channel. He's got some pretty cool track videos. But yeah, good times up there. I can't wait to go back. At some point, the wife's going to come out and we're going to drive up there together. So we'll definitely hang out. Come hang out with you guys. I need to get some new emojis in there. Don't only have it a month. What? Talking about Rinks only have it for a month. Yeah, I know, a month's too damn long with all the scratches. No, I'm glad he got it. Now he didn't have to beg Lotus to throw him out there. We ever gonna see a Savage on his channel again? Well, yeah. Man, I was playing with all those Savages and you guys were like, man, you got anything other than Savages? Now I'm racing and, man, we ever gonna see the Savages again? I'm just messing with you. But yeah, as I've showed you, I've got 2 of them out here. It just, now that I'm not working 24 hours a day, I mean, I don't get very many chances to race, so I'm just going to take advantage of this while I'm here. But yes, we will get the Savage back out eventually. Savages are still one of my favorite to drive. And I don't, you know, there's a lot of things that I haven't got to mess around with, like most of Nitro Pimp's collection. You know, never seen most of those in person. But out of what I've had and driven, Savage is one of the funnest to drive. I love that you can just, you know, just blip the throttle and pull the wheels up on it and just play around. It's a blast. But yeah, definitely gonna get the Savage back out. We're geeking for the Savages. You got us. You got one. Grandma's got one. Hybrid's got one. Now, if you haven't seen it, go check out Hybrid. He put out a short. Said the full video is coming. But yeah, so he's starting to enjoy the Savage that he won. I'm gonna go get me a cup to catch the oil real quick. I'll be right back. Mine is still the MGT. Yeah, I like driving the MGT as well, but man, there's just something about the Savage for me. Clicked on the wrong thing and just got back. Holy heck. What'd you do? Yeah, I've never had a T-Max. I have driven what used to be my neighbor's, and it was pretty fun. Man, those small blocks, they don't have the same sound as the big blocks do. So I really enjoy a big block nitro engine. I know you can put a big block in a T-Max, but I still wouldn't mind getting one. I haven't found the right one. They're either not very good shape and like really expensive, or pretty good shape and like really freaking expensive. But eventually I'll get one. Savage a few days ago, the RP32 still running strong. Hell yeah. With a 3-shoe clutch, it spins all 4 now. Nice. Alright. Oh, already got it dirty. Looking to like the little green dots on the top of the chat that went to your channel just after I said that. The wife said hi. That's funny. I have a brand new 2.5 with the Pico 26 stripped rear and less than a gallon on it. Yeah, I mean, if you upsize the power in that T-Max, it's like a regular car. You got to upsize everything else to take the power. Just like a regular car, you start putting more power to it, you got to change the transmission, the rear end. I mean, depending on what all you do, but you know, the parts are designed to hold so much horsepower. Same in the RC world. But they're all fun, you know? Everybody has their preference, so whatever makes you happy. I got some pretty cool footage yesterday from a local indoor track. I'll be putting out a video on it pretty soon. It was pretty cool. They had like some huge race here in Chandler, which is the suburb of Phoenix, but listen, you're slippery. Yeah, this is the reason I got new boots. All these boots have some kind of tear or hole or something in them, and it just lets a bunch of sand and crap inside there. I should have everything to basically completely rebuild this, and I'm just talking like plastic and rubber O-rings, boots, stuff like that. Not the solid components. At least I use balloons. Balloons will work too. You know, back in the day, I was wanting to run my stuff out in the snow and the mud and everything. So RC Sparks used to have some pretty cool, or I mean, I'm sure they're still there, but some pretty cool videos on waterproofing your system. And so I would wrap balloons around the receiver and zip tie it, trying to keep all the water out of the receiver. And then for the servos, I'd use plastic dip and like open up the servos and put grease around the gears, like around the spline in the top gear. It's got some shit stuck in the corner I can't get out. I don't know if you can tell. See if we can get this on camera. I don't think it's supposed to have that much play in it. Part of the reason that I got these little guides, because they were all wallered out. Balloons on the boat, so you can use conformal coating. This oil was still pretty clean. I only had a few runs on it, but I need to do a complete overhaul. Yeah, if you plan on racing, stuff like this is a good idea. Keep everything in tip-top shape. Ugh. got some dirt in there, so it's not a bad idea. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got some dark coloring in there. That's one thing about the Savage. After running it for a while, when you take it apart and look at the dog bones, when they start out, the dog bone, the pins are level with each other, and after a while, they end up at 90-degree angle from each other. Most of that happens when you're jumping and you're on throttle or on the brake when you hit the ground. Gotta learn how to not only learn how to jump it, but learn how to land. It's a cool block. Oh, you're talking about this guy? Yeah, I wish it was a little bit taller. Biggest dirt. We'll get into everything. Right. Jay Crespo, what's up? Thank you for the membership. You're welcome, my brother. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Welcome. Just trying to get ready for the weekend race. Yeah, I wish this thing was a little bit taller because if the shafts are extended all the way, it's set like that, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's a one piece right now. What are you talking about? The electric, the Emax? The people own one, then the power the Pico puts out. Those Picos are badass. Nothing wrong with a Pico. Yeah, Lotus, you put too much power on those T-Maxes. They get angry. Oh, almost forgot. I also picked up a pit mat. So, here at the Hobby Action, they're doing the Kinwald, what is it? Yeah, Kinwald Classic. I don't know how many of you know who Kinwald is, but apparently he was somebody that brought, like off-road racing to the forefront. I think he died from Crohn's a couple years ago. But yeah, I rolled this thing out. It's longer than this table. So this is a huge pit mat. That's right, Lotus. Monkey metal. Go with the 3.3 trans, gray with aluminum diffs and the good gears. I promise will hold it. That's one thing I like about these racing buggies and truggies. And I've never done the really high powered brushless in them. But from my experience, you don't really blow out too many diffs. Like out of all the bashing and racing and whatever that I've done with mine, I've yet to blow up the diff gears, which, knock on wood, I'm saying yet. I know it can happen, but they're pretty strong. But you can break anything if you drive it hard enough. Alright, so these now need... I finally get to use my new tool. In case anybody's interested, PTK 8267. There it is. ProTech shock tool. Kind of interested in using the tire punch as well. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that tool works great, and the ball-in pliers work great. The ball-in pliers? What do you mean ball-in pliers? You mean here? Is that for... Yeah, I bet it's for that nut. I bet the big one is for the cap, isn't it? Maybe. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's the first time I've actually gotten to use it. This one isn't really tore up too bad. I'll save that as an extra. Yeah, so just show you what they're doing with these Technos to keep they get so much droop in the rear end the drive shaft pops out of it. So stacking rubber O-rings on the bottom side of the piston to keep it from dropping down too far. Which mine popped out. Not the last time I was at the track. A couple of trips ago, so I'm gonna put one more O-ring. Just to give it a little bit more distance. It's like I need a second pair to lock onto the. Oh, there we go. And it's got a little rubber O-ring here. We'll make sure that's on there or it will leak. Yeah, I don't know if you can really see that, but I don't think it's supposed to have that much play. See if you can see it better that way. Yeah, a little bit. Hell yeah, Lotus. Do another Mockstar 28 and put some twins on it. That'd be funny. Those Mockstars are pretty good engines. Has anyone heard of a Phantom Race engine? Works tune pipe, because my new RC has one on it. Phantom Race. I haven't never heard of that. Maybe it would be cool. Keep an eye for a set of aluminum bulkheads for you. But most of our guys use OS based stuff. Going to the race scene. I've never actually done a full rebuild on shocks before. Alright. There it is. Okay, so that big guy goes here. Still pretty tight fit. tell me that when you got Eddie. Which one is that? Yeah, I need to get me a 5T. I've always loved the way the 5Ts look. I don't know, I kind of have one with that Baja, but I want an actual 5T. I mean, even if it's the Rovin. Even if it's the Rovin brand. We talk about pricey servos. 5T is a good time, but money pits. Oh, I know. Yeah, I've never looked into the servos for the fifth scale, but I can only imagine. And yeah, if you were here at the beginning, you know I just got a pricey servo. Worst part about it is I got another one on the way. So that's like $300 just in servos. Q Nitro. Q Nitro. What is that? 500 bucks, I think. We talking about off the guy. Indoor carpet season starts October 4th. It's going to be a long 2 weeks. On 170s and 300s and all 8th stuff. Are you talking about the ProTech 170? And then with the OBR 40, I know where is a good deal, or was. Oh, 5T 500? I'd pay 500 for a 5T. Yeah, I don't know if you were here earlier, John Smith, but yep, got the old 170 right there. Pricey little bastards. That's not right. That's not right. Cinnamon videos do where they put them all on the shaft of the driver and then slide it all in there together. see how well it works. This guy. That's much better. A lot less play. How much is that servo? 170, brother. We'll be satisfied until my 5T wheelie's like a twin savage, right? I'm just reading back on some of the comments. John Smith says, I saw, buddy. Good shit. Yeah, I really, I haven't got to use it yet, but it looks really cool. Seems like some good quality. And everybody talks highly about it, so. Busy most of that thing really is. Now that the indoor schedule is out, I'm way too busy. Yeah, raw 170 for that bad boy. What do we have going on? So we are rebuilding the shocks for my MB 48 2.2, getting ready for this next weekend's race. So these little guides were worn out, so basically just completely rebuilding the shock. My boots are all torn, so got some new boots. Basically just probably call it a half rebuild of the buggy. Just trying to get ready for the race season. Thanks for joining in there. This is working on a 7. No, I'm not. You are. 300 is slower but more torque for the 170s, or the 170S. So yeah. I'm doing the 170S for the speed steering servo, and then I have a 170T coming in for the throttle with torque servo. New boot goofing. Have a constant savage maintenance program. I'm sure you do, bro. Yeah, now that I'm into the race scene, pretending to be a racer, let's put it that way. But no, now that I'm trying to get better, I don't have time for savages. And these things are freaking money pits. Yeah, that needs to be tighter. How am I supposed to get that any tighter? I need a second pair of these just to hold on to the shock body. I wonder if I did something wrong. Got a feeling I put the spacers in there wrong. That's it. Huh. I have to look into that often, guy. Thank you. Trying to look up the manual. Make sure I'm putting this together right. Oh. Yeah, I did it wrong. Unfortunately, I used the wrong tool and put it on too tight. I think I used the wrong tool to get it back off. shouldn't be using channel locks, but it's all I got. You guys talking fifth scale stuff? Yeah, I did these pieces in the wrong order. Sorry, you guys are used to watching me put things together and take it back apart, though. I'm gonna put one rubber piece, one plastic piece, one rubber piece. So hard to tell what they're trying to say. I'm pretty sure when it's screwed all the way down, it's supposed to close this gap. Has to be right. And they don't really get the best of diagrams. I mean, they do, but they don't. Yeah, it's like they don't. They show all the different pieces and stuff, but they don't show it all together as a whole. What do you think of me for, awesome guy? That's not right though. What am I doing wrong here? So I can get it to go all the way down and seal. I don't put this one piece in. I'm pretty sure. Like the directions were showing this piece being in here. And it gets really stiff when you put that in there. Hybrid, what's up, my brother? Welcome back. Yeah, good to be back. Hopefully they don't put me on 12s anytime soon, but an extra weekend for me, I feel like I have. Yeah, you probably have been neglecting your collection, brother. Looks like you have the white piece upside down. Maybe. Blah. I'm gonna take another one apart and see how it is. Okay, so the guy who originally built it, he's just got the smaller pieces. So what are these bigger ones for? I thought it was each piece had its own place to be. So I guess it's either or. How does he have the rest of this? Okay. Makes perfect sense. Thank you, JW. I knew something wasn't right. The white piece, I don't think it's supposed to stick out. I think it's either or. I don't know what the differences are. I don't know. This is to keep it from bottoming out. But I thought that was the one come out the end cap, and the other one was supposed to be inside, but pretty sure it's either or. As long as we get it right in the end, that's all that matters. Yeah, I know, it didn't look right at all. Especially the way it was going on there. The boot fits it like it's supposed to. So we're going to say we got it right now. Like I said, I've never rebuilt shocks completely. And it's hard to distinguish everything that the print is showing. Yeah, and see here on the front one, he's got the bigger spacer. Oh, I can't see it in here anymore. Oh, this is the other rear. Ah, you know what? So it was the big one in the rear and the small one in the front. I don't know what kind of differences it makes though. But either way, it's one or the other. And now that we've established that, I'm trying to set it back up the way he had it. I totally see it now. I just don't know if there's a specific reason for having the smaller one in the front, excuse me, and the bigger one in the back, or what the deal is. Nice and smooth. Oh, I get to go to a concert on October the 9th. Two of my favorite heavy metal bands. I've always said if I get close enough to one of their concerts, I'm gonna go. And they're both playing at the same concert. So don't get any better than that. But I doubt any of you guys would actually know the bands. Slipknot, no, I've been to that. And they're cool too. Slayer and the Jonas Brothers. No. No, Lorna Shore and Shadow of Intent. I've been wanting to go see both those bands for a while. I'm letting it on there tight. Said you're right, I don't know them. Yeah, I mean they're pretty heavy. Unless you're really into like the heavy shit. I wouldn't expect you guys to know them. I was just trying to compare what he had here. And it's like one of them had like 4 of these little rubber washers in there and a plastic spacer, and the other one didn't have anything, but I'm gonna make it even. And the whole reason for doing this, like I said, in a bad crash, it'll push this arm down so far that the dog bone will pop out. More Shore Sun Eater. Oh yeah. Good shit. Just missed Queensryche in July. Nice. Well, not nice that you missed it, but Bill and Shock's not very fun to me at least, but has to be done. Yeah, and part of the reason for me needing to do it is these little plastic spacers are getting like oblong shape. Can't really tell, but they were getting loose, and I don't want to be leaking and collecting dirt and all that trying to run in a race, so I figured it was time to rebuild them. But yeah, those tickets are pricey. There's another one. Okay, so we did have a couple in there. That was like $130. But it'll be worth it. So this is the other rear, so like this. But yeah, like Hybrid says, rebuilding shocks isn't very fun, but it has to be done. Anything to do with the shocks, for whatever reason, is like my least favorite thing when it comes to dealing with RCs. Those and diffs. Don't forget the O-ring grease. Yeah, I don't have any O-ring grease, but everything's covered in oil anyways, so I think it'll be alright. Oops. Simona Shura, who played with Black Dahlia Murder. Yeah, Black Dahlia Murder and what's the other one? Rot, a weird name. I know heavy metal bands have weird names, but it's like Rotting Flesh or something. They're out of Tulsa. But yeah, probably the same concert, but I guess if Shadow of Intent wasn't there, maybe not. But it sounds like Black Dahlia plays with them quite a bit. He's I'll do shocks all day before diffs. Yeah, they both suck. Now, of all the tools I have, I do not have a nut driver small enough for this little guy. For some reason, it's loose. Black tongue open feeling. Yeah, it's another band I had never heard of, but I think it's like, if I recall, it's something Flesh. I'd have to look it up. The only thing I hope they don't do is play really short shows because there's two bands headlining it. Well, both Lorna Shore and Shadow of Intent just come out with new albums, so be hearing a bunch of stuff that I don't really know. But that's all good. Another brand new boot. All right, take it easy, Lotus. Have a good night, brother. Still need an x-ray. I still need an x-ray. And they're selling them here at the Nitro compound, but it's like 5 something, I think. Just can't keep up with all the new platforms. Yeah, I really like this shock tool. So much easier to do shocks. Sure makes great stuff, but come out with a new version every year. Might as well wait till 26, right? I'm market for a stadium truck. This is one of the ones that don't have. I can't believe you don't have a stadium or an X-ray. Shit, you got everything else. I need one. Do you need one or you want one? I need one for the track. Oh man. He said I need it. Of course you do. We might have an x-ray. All the guys at the track that are trying it out say that it handles really well. A lot easier to drive. And they're like, here, you want to try it? Like, nope. Because then I'm going to have to come up with $500. Just going to stick to what I got. Hit marketplace when the next bit is gone. Take Canada Post. Reg you a business so I get better rates on shipping. Oh, nice. What do you mean, like, what's reg me a? Oh, recognize you as a business now? Spent that much on golf cart parts. That's funny shit. They're selling a new kit for 500 by 2. Yeah, I think that's what they said it was. Like, it wasn't a bad price, but I think that was just like getting it through the. Let's see, what was that? I'm pretty sure it was like 520 or 530, something like that. Not bad. But again, that was a few months back. Hell, it's probably gone up by now. These are like 700. Yeah, I don't know if that's just because the guy at the Nitro compound could get a deal on them, or if it's just what that store was selling them for. Because like someplace locally. Hell, I don't know. I could be smoking crack. Way off. I don't know. 500 sounds familiar. sound out of the trunk of a Cadillac? Nope. Yeah, I don't know if it's because it was like what was left over of, like the old model. I thought he said it was the new one. Hell, I don't know. Like I said, it's been a minute. I'll have to ask him. Shit, it's already 8 o'clock. How'd that happen? Peeling flesh. Yes. Yes, peeling flesh. That's it right there. Thank you. I looked them up and, I mean, I'm going to basically a death metal concert, so, they fit the profile. It's weird, the older I get, the heavier I want to listen to for some reason. I've always liked Slipknot, but hell now, I still like it, but if I'm going for something like truly heavy, I'll go with Shadow of Intent. Oh, let's see. Guess I got time to do one more. I like this tool. It makes it so much easier to get these. I used to not like taking these off because I didn't have the right tool and it wouldn't tear it up. Right tool makes all the difference in the world. Pink Flesh was the other band. Delightful Bunch. Oh, already read that. Yeah, like this one here it's got a blowout, so it's going in the trash. Now this one has one in it. Probably should have put one back in that other front one, but it didn't have it. I know Bob Marley had some really good music. I just never could get into the style of it. I'm not trying to take away from what he did, but it's just, I don't know, too calming. But like I said, not trying to say it was bad or anything. I listened to it for a little bit and just couldn't really get into it. Like, I don't mind when a song pops up on the radio or somebody puts it in a video or whatever. You know, it's good music, but it's not my go-to. I need chaos. I don't know why. Good enough of that at work. Right? Now, I've always been into heavy, loud, fast music. That's one thing I like about the genre of like heavy metal, whether it's death metal or whatever. It's always like a fast pace, and I mean, just something about that double bass pedal. Just absolutely love it. SLC, what's going on? Welcome back to the show. My music changes by what I'm doing. Not me. I'm one of those people that when I've got something that I like, I'll go back to it over and over again. Well, I usually order the same food, regardless of what type it is. Listen to the same music. I do the same stuff over and over again. That's just the way it be. The last boot. So we got 4 freshy, brand new, clean, no tears boots. Like all kinds except country. I'm right there with you on that. I'm not a very big country fan. I'm not knocking it. Never really could get into it. I like a couple of songs, but I can't just go and listen to it. Alrighty, 4 freshly cleaned shots. Man, I just had some little Ziploc baggies. I threw them all away. You guys ever seen air filter brown? It's the same stuff that I use for the after run oil, but I've never seen air filter oil brown. Country Times, but it's rare. I like Johnny Cash, and I've heard some Waylon Jennings stuff that's not bad, but yeah, I can't just sit there and listen to country. It's always sad. I had to turn the furnace on tonight. Damn, already? Pepper Simmons, punk as kid, but little surfaces too. Oh, what is your go-to? I never could get into punk. I mean, of course, like Green Day, but like I was never a huge punk fan. It's like Green Day is one of the few punk bands that like made it really big. This is the best time of the year to the end of October. Oh yeah, I mean down here it's all the same, right? It's hot, sun hitting you, and it sucks. But yeah, back home I love the fall time. September into October, can't beat it. I'm gonna redo the one front, but not tonight. Alrighty, I think of Green Day. Ew, if their brains do, they can bite it. I mean, when they came out, that first album, Dookie, it was pretty cool. Some of the stuff's alright. I had the album Dookie back, I was a teenager, back in the '90s. But yeah, after that I kept going heavier. It's weird. I've always progressed to the heavier stuff. That song, Good Riddance from Green Day, makes me want to pump the radio. I don't know if I've heard that one. But, anywho, like I said, I've wasted y'all's time long enough. It's time to wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming back, hanging out with me. I'm going to try and get back into it regularly. As long as I don't have to work, I will be here tomorrow. We'll continue on this. I got to get it ready for this weekend, so regardless, we're going to be here working on it. So, thank you guys very much. You have yourselves a good night. Stay safe, take care of each other. Much love and peace.